Section 31 Declassified. Stardate 2024.214. Returned Haven reporting. Over the last few days, I've been analyzing the data streams from Paramount Plus for the Galileo 7 and the Squire Gothos. I've been assigned these episodes by the Federation News Service to determine whether these episodes from the USS Enterprise NCC 1701 should remain public or be erased by Section 31. My commanding officer has instructed that we keep only one episode from this set of 29, which was once known as Season 1 of the original series, a term from the 20th and 21st century. Temporal mechanics can be quite confusing. Let's start with the Galileo 7. That was Season 1, Episode 13, which originally aired on January 5, 1967 in the United States, and December 27, 1969 on BBC One. This episode marks Mr. Spock's first command, and it is quite a challenge. I'm struck by the insubordination and bigotry of the lower-ranked crew, and Mr. Spock's apparent indifference to losing a crew member is surprising. Also, the High Commissioner's excessive power trip is quite concerning, particularly his ability to order Captain Kirk to abandon his search for Mr. Spock and Dr. McCoy. As the Galileo was leaving orbit, it reminded me of the 2024 SpaceX launch attempts, because we lost every single starship up to the recording of this episode. And the crew's calm demeanor in their final moments, even as they burned up in orbit, contrast with Captain Kirk's final scene comment, "You mean you reasoned that it was time for an emotional outburst?" I don't recall seeing an emotional outburst, but maybe that is just how a Vulcan is. I have not met one personally. In my view, the Galileo 7 is worthy of public release via the Federation News Network, but we do have to compare it to the Squire of Gothos before making a final decision. The Squire of Gothos originally aired on January 12, 1967 in the United States and November 1, 1969 on BBC One. Finally, the trivia fact I found about the Squire of Gothos, and I asked the BQN Discord about the first on-screen mention of the USS Discovery. There was a few people who asked the first canon representation, which would be Discovery Season 1, or would it be the first mention there was timeline and all that. And well, my friend Davey from Trackbird Squares and the Hive Mind answered immediately with the correct answer, and this is why Davey runs such a successful podcast. He was able to know that it came from the Squire of Gothos, and it came off right before the credits. So, maybe you should be able to go tune that in.
Yes. No time to investigate. Science stations gather data for computer banks. Uhura, notify the Discovery on subspace radio.
Strong interference on subspace.
This episode does give off strong Q vibes as well. According to the BQN Discord, Trelane is connected to the Q continuum in the beta canon. I haven't read many of the books. Maybe I'm going to start doing that now. Growing up during the first golden age of Star Trek with TNG, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, it's hard not to think of John Delancey's Q when watching Trelane. And with this episode, it was an episode that was quite compelling. I actually quite enjoyed it. And therefore, I believe the Squire of Gothos is stronger than the Galileo 7. So I'm going to award the point to the Squire of Gothos. And we are using chalons.com for a round-robin style. You can track the episodes at chalons.com/S31_TOSS1, which there will be a link in the bio, or actually, I'm going to put one right here as well, so you can see. And we started off with two very strong challenges. Now, let's check the IMDb ratings for both episodes. I checked them last night. The Galileo 7 has a rating of 7.6 out of 10 based on approximately 4,300 votes, but the Squire of Gothos has a rating of 7.2 from 4,200 votes. So very close in ratings, very close in number of votes too. And next week we're going to see episode 8, which was known as Miri, face off against the Devil in the Dark, episode 25. In 14 weeks' time we will revisit and rewatch the Squire Gothos as it faces the man trap in the second round. You can find us on YouTube under the username Section 31 Podcast and on X and Threads under Section 31 Pod. For as little as $1 a month, you can join our Patreon to access the exclusive Officers Lounge on Discord and vote at the end of each season for an episode to get its second chance in next season's round robin. Live long and prosper.